few minutes, okay, about the note taking that he has been doing so far. So may I call Mr. Amit Yakthungba for your delivery? Thank you.
Subhashji, do
Yes,
you
we
want me
are
to
hearing. Could you speak
turn
a
on?
bit louder, sir?
Yeah, do you want me to turn on the video or like
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
should?
Video, please.
Yeah, you are requested to turn on your video, but if it is very uncomfortable, no problem. But we all want you to turn on your video and speak a bit louder, please.
No, it's fine. It's already like nearly 6 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, six o'clock in the morning. Not. Oh,
Right.
yes, yes.
Uh, First of all, I just want to like make sure that I just came back from my like night shift duty,
Yes.
and when I joined the conference, it was like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I think I've been staying like for like nearly like 3 hours, 4 to 3 hours, and I need to get up like at like 11 o'clock in the morning, and I got some like schedules to set up, yeah, for today's event. So I think I'll try my best to make it short and I mean like concise. Yeah. First of all, like special gratitude to uh, I mean like the guest and the towering figure, Professor Dr. Govinda Tomang, who is the former governor of the province number one. And I can see I think all of the participants are quite familiar to me, and they are quite close as well. And I haven't, except like few of them, I haven't met them in personal, but I would like to mention their name as well. Yeah, Dr. Ramnaran Kandangwa, who has been like inspiring me since like a decade. Yeah, but I haven't met him personally. And the legacy has like uh, bring it back here in like UK, and my legacy is nearly like 105 years belonging to Britain, and he's not in Britain, and now I'm back in Britain. So maybe in someday I'm gonna meet him personally, and we can have a chit chat conversation. And yes, another dignitaries, Professor Dr. Ramism. I think we have been very close in like
Ramesh.
too much issues, yeah. And yes, overall, like I'm like my one of my few good friends, Subhash Singh, the co-host, and yeah, I can see Mohan Tegela, such an I'm like a rising entrepreneur, and he's doing a great in his like a career ahead, and I wish him very best in like coming days as well. And I can see yes, Santosh Limu. I think I have met him quite few times, but we are connected in like Facebook and all the social media, and we have like lot of like commonalities in agenda as well. And I can see Mohan Sodemba, yeah, and I think there is no Sagar, yeah. He just stepped out of.
Sagar has left us due to his technical problems.
Yeah, Biran Limbu, and yes, Ranjula Limbu. I think coincidentally, we
Mm.
met in like uh, through social sites, and as Professor Doctor uh, Ramesh Isam mentioned, that I have been like uh, conducting a Gyan Yatra, and very soon I think this gonna end up here. This was targeted a specific period, lockdown period, and I think much of the acts has been done, and so far I'm quite satisfied. And yes, regarding the conference, I've like noted like a few key points as the opening speech by like Professor Dr. Govinda Tumbang. He set up like the speech, and it was quite like a fire, yeah? Like giving too many examples regarding the legendary figures we have been like reading and we have been like witnessing, uh, whether it may be like through politics or like through social campaigns or like through academia. And his speech, not only his speech, I've been like an ardent reader of his like books as well, and I've like, got quite a few collections of like Dr. Govinda Tumbang, and he has inspired me like to delve into like linguistic movement as well, And as you all guys know that I've been like a small, I'm a campaigner uh, for like saving our mother language campaign, and I've been like conducting with my close friends, my close aides, and with the like help of like experts as well. And he has been inspiring me to get in this campaign as well. And yes, regarding the speakers, yeah, Mon Tikela, I think he hails from a very like a remote Chatar district. I mean, like Thum, and now it is like a new constituent area. And I've been like witnessing his success, yes, since from the beginning. And he has mentioned like 11 years ago, he had nothing like he started from a very like limited resources, a limited circle, and yeah, and there was a limitation of his like knowledge as well. But as you can see, like the recent success of his like the Indian consultancy, that has set a benchmark like regarding in the consultancy and educational sector. The success, it doesn't come like overnight, and it comes through like perspiration. As you know, the Albert Einstein said, the genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration. So you need to perspire. You need to like work hard. And I can see you are all are the folks. I think 99% of the participants belong from like the remote village. They come from like tiny village. They went to headquarters, and then they um, shifted to like plain the Tarai regions, like mostly the Dharan, Damak, and some even flew to like Kathmandu. And now we can see like over the past 20, 25 to 30 years, we can see all the success stories. Yeah. And the moral of the story is that you don't learn like much more things from the successful like people. You learn like much more, a lot more from the failures. So the moral of the story is that each and every time you fail, you come up with like brand new idea. You come up with like new way, so that you can not only carry yourself but the entire generation, yeah, who's looking after you. So regarding like the statistics I heard, like you got like three branches, 6,000 students, 1,000 students already abroad here through like the Indian consultancy, and that is not in like the capital, so-called Mofasal, yeah. And as we know that our country is already in like a federation system, so I think his consultancy can impart, yeah, what we think that we cannot achieve in Kathmandu. A lot of people from the province number one can achieve through Dharan or like through Iteri or Viratnagar. And I hope like he will go much more farther ahead in the future. And yes, moving to Santosh Limbu, he just I have like personally read his one of status mentioning about the biography. I think a few years ago, maybe it was like 1 or 2 years ago. I read, and I have heard a lot about him. He came from like a Chage and Nishun village, and that is like quite a rural area. And then when he like shifted to Dharan, and Dharan is mostly indigenous people, and it has been inhabited by too many Yakthung people from like Taplejung district as well, and maybe living in like a neighbor or like his relatives' home. He finished his like college education, and then he moved to like media, and he did like awesome um, things and activities in like Maoist politics, and then he came back to like entrepreneurship, and now he's moving into NGOs and all the movements. Yeah? And I think his story also embarks that even if you live from like nowhere, and if there's a silver lining in the cloud, yeah, you can still move on. So his story also like reflects that successful story might come like later, but it will not be denied. Yeah, and yeah, moving on to like Santosh Sodemba, and for the first time I heard like his name is like Vavindra as well, and he has been like one of my close friends, like 10 years in schooling, teaching, and then I think he forgot to mention about like, is the extracurricular activities, not only like regarding in educational field, but like regarding the culture and the linguistic movement, he got in affiliated in media as well. He's a media person as well. I think in Bijapur FM, with the locals, I mean like FM station in Dharan, he used to conduct like a program, the radio program in Yaktung language, yeah, with like Hitram Tiling and few more of the friends, yeah. Um, and he
Um,
has been like contributing his academia, particularly typically in the conservation of like Yaktung language and culture. So not only like he's an English teacher, he's like a fluent and a very like powerful thinker in like promoting our native language as well. And yes, the fourth speaker was like Ranjanla Teyung. I mean personally I haven't like heard much about her, but as I've mentioned before, I came across via like social sites and through my Gyan Yatra. But I was like amazed. Yeah, she already got like nearly like 2 degrees at such a young age, and she still looks promising. Yeah, and like hailing from like Solma, which is no, which now falls in like Laligras district. I mean Laligras, sorry, Laligras municipality. And I think she has got a lot of visions. And before achieving that vision, her target is like to get a good degree and gain some experience and then get back to his the main lands or the root lands. And the most challenging part is that whether you like graduate from like US or like you graduate from the UK or like you graduate from the Kathmandu or the sophisticated in the universities, the vision should be like where do you implement that knowledge and where do you like have the most influence of your minds, yeah, and that will count, yeah, in like in real term, in real sense. And yes, regarding the reflection, I'm like I am not in like that state to like comment on like the great dignitaries, the both their expertise in their own field. Uh, my like respected dignitary, Dr. Romesism, he's an expert in he's a really good expert in like culture, the religion, the language, and yes, Dr. Ramnaran Kandangu. I think I don't know exactly the topic, but I think he had achieved the doctoral degree in like something related to the 200 years of Britain and the Nepal, the diplomatic relations, and regarding with um, the British Army role, and that was, I think, the main theme. And what strikes me about these two like respected figures is that despite coming from a tiny district, I mean like a tiny village, and they have like set up such remarkable footprints, and that has inspired a lot of young minds. And not only the young minds, especially I would like to mention Dr. Ramnaran Kandaru. He's one of the very like few people in like 204 years of history of like British Army enrollment. Only few like former British Army came with such a like valuable degrees of not only like moral degrees but also like academic degrees, yeah? And he has been counted in the list of like maybe there's not like even like 100 Yaktung scholars who has achieved the doctoral degrees. Maybe there's like more or less like 60 to 70 people who has achieved like higher degree more than like MPhil or to the doctoral degree. So in short, and finally, what I like to focus is like there's one saying in like English: the success is not final and failure is not fatal, and it is the courage to continue that counts. So the success and failure it goes hand by hand. So what you need to learn is that apart from the series of failures, you never know when you're gonna strike, yeah, and you never know gonna know like when you're gonna get established. So just keep on like moving ahead and be positive and just do best at what you can, yeah. And that's all what I have, yeah. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Amit. You have minutely talked all about the speakers and our dignitaries, and well, you have